brighten up those already bright mornings. Wheeler, Ollie, and Lekter. Mornings at the Cabin.
Mornings at the Cabin, indeed. On your Friday morning, Wheeler and Lekter. This day. See, I messed up the order there. Usually I say on this Friday. Anyway, whatever. It's Friday. You know what that means? The end of the week.
For some.
Yeah. For others, miniature American flags. I don't know if you know this. On the main street here on Franklin,
yes.
they do the watering of the flowers and the watering of the trees. Right. So we've seen the girl. It's been the same girl like all summer watering the flowers. She comes by in the little yellow truck, which used to be the head guy's truck and is now trickled down into the student job truck.
Oh, how far that truck has fallen.
I know. I remember when I was new. That's how long ago. So she'll walk by and she'll use the wand to get up into the flower pots. But when they do the trees, they just got that flatbed with 250 gallon tank on the back. And they used to have a hose for it. So you used to stop. I remember when they built that thing. You stop, you put the hose in the trough for the trees to water the trees.
Right.
Now, in order to expedite things, they just have the hose on the side of the truck. So there's no hose from it. It's just a spigot, like a keg, and you just open it up, right, and just dump the water into the trees as you're kind of driving along.
Okay.
So I got here, and that was happening right in front of the building. So I'd hide behind that brick wall because he was just dumping water all over the sidewalk into the trees. And I was like, I looked around the corner. I came around the other corner, and then he kept going. Barely made it out of there with dry feet.
That was a great story.
Harrowing story.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast.
You were out early this morning doing a little yakking.
How do you know? Who told you?
Well, Nicole posted about it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. She had a nice shot of the sunrise.
She doesn't waste time, does she?
Well, no. You got to get it out there. You got to get those likes.
I just barely actually woke up.
Yeah. Oh, did you not go?
No, I went.
Oh, you went. Okay.
I just was kind of half asleep.
She made a really nice post. It was like before coffee, before yoga, before work.
During coffee.
During coffee. That's maybe what
Let's
it was.
be clear, Nicole.
Coffee before yoga, before work or whatever. So really nice shot. So I had, you know what? I was going to say, I was thinking about this morning. I was going to say I admire that. I don't. But it's nice that you do it. I should admire it.
No, you shouldn't.
Oh, okay.
You shouldn't.
No.
I came around.
It's a nice thing. I mean, it's a nice way to wake up.
I'm always happy by the end of it.
Of course. That's right. Yeah, exactly. When you get up that early and you're like, oh, let's go do something, and you're always like, ugh. And then you do it, and then you feel great.
Yeah, the whole way there. I mean, I was just grunting.
Just screaming at her.
Frankly, I don't know. I don't know how or why she puts up with me. I think she just likes company of any kind.
Oh, God. I don't think that's it. I think you're fine company.
I can be.
Yeah.
Not at 5 in the morning.
You guys do any fishing while you're out there? Like
this morning?
No, not this morning, but when you go yakking, you guys ever do any fishing?
No. We don't own any fishing stuff.
You don't own any fishing stuff?
No.
Oh, fair enough.
I'm a terrible northerner.
No, you're not. I'm a terrible northerner. I don't have a kayak. I don't have a canoe.
What do you mean? You just stole a kayak the other day.
I didn't steal a kayak. How dare you?
Sorry.
I found a kayak, which we have not yet posted on Lost and Found.
Scrub the name off the side.
Scrub the name off. Rip the serial number off it. If anybody lost a yellow kayak, there we go. That's my job is done.
Well done.
Well, I was wondering because you know that NNSL every week has the catch of the week.
Yes.
Right? And people submit their photos of their fishing, and you vote on it, and you get to a weekly prize, grand prize winner, whatever it is every week. What is it?
Is it every week? I don't know.
Vote for your favorite photo of previous week's winners to give them a chance to win the grand prize. Okay, I thought it was a prize a week.
Okay.
But I think it's like, well, is it who gets the most votes? It's not very clear.
I think it's a popularity contest.
I mean, it is.
Yeah.
Like you said. So, friend of the show, Dustin Auber, is in there.
He is. Yeah, he's in the last round there.
He's in the last round. He caught a 46. Oh, is this? Oh, okay. That's why I was confused. This is why some of these pictures were the way they were. This is the final round.
Yes,
I didn't realize
10 finals.
10 finalists.
Yeah,
that's why. I'm a big dummy.
Well,
so Dustin's
it's
in
not
there.
Our contest.
It's not our contest.
You don't need to know the details.
Which means we could have participated in it. And I, you know what? As much as I thought it was only for kids, there's only 2 small children in here. Everyone else is an adult.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
You know what I mean? So Dustin's in there. He caught a 46-inch long, 20-inch around pike. It doesn't actually say.
Terrifying.
It doesn't actually say. It says Dustin Huber caught this 46-inch long, 20-inch around at YK River. It doesn't say what it is.
Yeah, I got the sense that
it's a muskie.
Oh no, all the other ones. Oh
yeah,
no, there's
yeah.
Janelle caught this big one.
Yeah.
I kind of got the sense with some of them. They're like, oh, I'm not 100% sure what kind of fish that is.
Well, that's a pike. She's got a pike.
This big beauty.
No, it looks like a beak. The things like have a beak full of razor sharp teeth. When they get that big, they're terrifying. They look like monsters,
right?
So you've got that one. There's a 25-pounder that Andrew Moore caught here. There's this 44-inch one as well. So like we've said this before, pike, when they get bigger, they get longer. They do get fatter, but I mean they get longer before they get fatter, whereas trout tend to get fatter before they get as long.
Right.
So, but the pike are just terrifying.
That's how I went too. I got longer.
You got longer. I got wider.
Got fatter. Yeah.
I'm a trout. You're a pike. So you can go to NSL and vote. And what we're trying to do here is we'll get Dustin to win.
Yeah, why
We're
not?
encouraging people to vote for Dustin Huber for his catch of the week.
Loyal listener.
Absolutely.
Feeds us with random tidbits of information when
Strokes
we're
our
struggling
egos.
for names. Strokes our egos.
That's right.
Yeah.
So go out and vote for Dustin over these damn children.
And you were questioning the legitimacy of a few of these.
Well, when I didn't realize it was the final round. I hadn't read it was the final round. So when we get to McKinley with the 21 pounds lake trout on Francois Bay in East Arm, I was like, when did he catch that?
Yeah, you were upset
Look at all
about
that
one.
snow. I know there's still a little snow out there, but not that much.
There's the cutest little kid ever beside him in the picture, named Zarya Kosick, who caught a 27-pound, 46-inch.
Yeah, I'm just going to call this
pike.
right now. She's adorable. No way she caught that.
You don't think she caught
I don't
that?
think she's 27 pounds herself.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Man.
No, she's like, what is she looks like?
It looks like she's in the middle of twirling that fish in the air.
Yeah. Sorry, as a beast. And you got a cute little David Armstrong there with his first pickerel at Martin Lake.
You're gonna give him that one, right?
A nice pickerel.
He caught that.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like he could have hauled that.
Okay.
In. I'm not saying she didn't catch it. I'm just saying it's probably impossible.
A strategically placed cute child for the photo op.
Yeah, exactly. Which that's how you win these things, right? It's like, I got this 61-pound trout. My 2-year-old niece caught it. Isn't she adorable?
So with that in mind, I mean, Dustin's really up against it because not only is he a kid, not a kid. He's,
and then you got Corey Francis
he's
there
cute
posing
in his
with
own
his
way,
kids.
right?
Yeah, Corey Francis posing with his kid. And he's just like, he caught the fish, but he's got the kids in there to make it look like they helped.
That's right.
Cheating is what it is.
So Dustin's up against it, so we got to help out our friend.
Yeah.
Help him win a different places contest.
Different media sources contest.
So I think let's throw it up on the Mornings at the Cabin Facebook page.
Absolutely.
Let's
vote
get
for Dustin.
All our cabineers to vote for Dustin.
That's a nice walleye, too, Daniel Louise Bell.
They got some pretty good prizes up, too.
What do they got?
So I think grand prize is, what's grand prize here? $1,000 gift card, gift certificate, courtesy of Polar Tech Recreation, plus a fishing trip with the fishing technician, Mike Bryant.
Oh.
And winning a photo. Winning photo will be featured in the 2021 Yellowknife Visitor's Guide, which is kind of cool.
That's cool.
And even if you get second place or third, $750 gift certificate, $200 gift certificate. And I don't feel bad about plugging this because if you're just hearing about this for the first time, it's way too late to enter the contest.
You can't win. All right, but go vote for Dustin.
Solid.
He's the cutest of the entire lot with that adorable fish he's got. Look at him. Look how happy he is.
He looks pretty happy.
Yeah.
Right?
An adorable little beardo. Go and vote for Dustin. Let him win that prize. You know who doesn't need a $1,000 gift certificate to Polar Tech?
Zarya.
A 4-year-old.
Yeah.
So, 4-year-old who lies about what fish she caught.
Quit chirping the child.
Never! Go to NSL.com, look for Catch of the Week, vote for Dustin. He deserves it, probably. I don't know.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast, where we cut out all the great music and you're left with the rest.
Already getting dragged for trying to help Dustin win this Catch of the Week contest for the finals. Nicole Whitford chiming in. Give it to a kid. Hey, you know what, Nicole? No.
Why?
Why? Why should we give it to a kid? What is a kid going to do with $1,000 at Polar Tech?
If you were listening, Nicole, we're not even convinced those kids actually won or caught those fish.
Exactly.
Won those fish.
And I mean, yeah, we don't want Mike Bryant scaring a bunch of kids. Mornings at the Cabin, cabinradio.ca. Find this story. Virtual tours of Yellowknife are the latest solution to the tourism crisis. Obviously, we are in a bit of a thing with the pandemic. We can't let people in the city, can't let people in the territory. So therefore, they can't, look around, go around to the Aurora. So this is obviously having a huge impact on tourism, but also guiding tours and things like that and other touring companies. So
a bit of a thing, you say?
A bit of a thing.
I like how we, back in March, we were not sure how to talk about the pandemic.
I'm just so sick of saying COVID-19. Pandemic and COVID-19. I can't, every time you especially at work, when I work at the dealership, people are like, well, what's the inventory like? Well, it's a little different just because of COVID-19. It's just exhausting.
The thing, the thing.
The thing that's going on right now,
But we started off vague. We got very specific. And then there was in these trying times.
These
difficult times.
I will never say ever again.
No?
No.
They're not trying anymore?
No, they're trying. I just don't want to say it anymore.
You don't want to try.
I don't want to try. No, I don't want to try during these times.
That's fair. And now it's the thing.
Okay. So, Chinese tourists, obviously a huge part of the tourism dollar here in Yellowknife,
Love the North.
could soon be taking tours of Yellowknife, admiring the Aurora, and checking out Cameron Falls from the comfort of their homes. There you go.
Right.
Raven Tours, a family-owned tour and activity company based in Yellowknife, plans to launch virtual tours online in the coming weeks.
Cabin neighbors.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Right across the way.
Just down the way
from us. And they say if they can't come to Yellowknife, then there's no tourism, essentially. That's right. That's basically it. I mean, we can only do staycation stuff for so long.
Yeah.
Right?
And if, Chinese tourists do staycations, well, they're no longer tourists.
That's right.
And it doesn't help us at all.
No, it doesn't. They're just trapped in a hotel.
They're just Chinese citizens.
In China.
Just living their lives.
We can still count them as tourists. That's right. They click on this link, they're tourists. So, I mean, obviously, everybody's trying to adapt and do different things. We've been doing, when it comes to art and music, we've been doing online things. Mm-hmm. Another virtual comedy show, which we were not invited to, coming up again in a couple of days on the 13th, Absurd Turd Media.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Another one. Wow.
First one was successful, so they're doing another one. So, obviously, a lot of people doing this adapting, performing in different venues, performing in different mediums and things like that. Mediums performing in different mediums as well. We need more mediums in Yellowknife. That'll attract that tourism dollar. So they've been inspired by Airbnb's online experiences. Live interactive video sessions hosted on Zoom featuring experiences ranging from a virtual guided hike of Mount Fuji in Japan to a tango lesson in Argentina. So they're going to kind of riff off that. Not rip off. I said riff off.
Okay, gotcha.
And give people virtual tours of Yellowknife. See the Aurora, see Cameron River, just kind of get out and about and around the city and around the territory.
Nice.
Great idea.
Yeah. And this is, I assume, kind of been in the works for a bit now because there were those posters a while ago that were advertising virtual tours. And I can't remember who those were through. Do you remember these, seeing like posters that were talking about virtual Yellowknife tours and attractions? But I think that was even like before COVID, maybe? Unless I'm getting my timelines all screwed up.
I mean, the timeline is all screwed up. We're in the darkest one right now. And 5 months ago seems like forever ago.
It really does. Yeah.
Like, that's when this all started. We've been doing this for 5 months. Like, it started March 12th or 13th. March 5th was when AWG was canceled, and that's when it kind of started to hit home for everybody here. It's like, oh, this is going to be the thing this year. And so that was about 5 months ago, 2 days ago. So, and then about a week after that is when everything started to kind of shut down.
God, think back to last July, last August. That seems like 5 years ago.
It does.
It's crazy.
It's nuts. Our sense of time is completely out of whack. But this is kind of what we're all adjusting. And like, what was weird about the start of this is that we all seem to adjust very quickly. We're like, oh, these are the new things, right? We're going to do this on Zoom. We're going to play board games on Zoom. I'm going to play poker with my friends online over Zoom and stuff like this. And then we quickly got tired of that.
Yeah.
Like, it took about
the novelty wore off.
About a month to 6 weeks for people to be like, I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
Like, it got to the point where it's like, I don't want to get up to go to my computer. I don't even have to wear pants, and I don't want to go to my computer to do this.
Who would have thought we'd get sick of not wearing pants?
I'm not wearing them right now. But there was a study as to why that is,
Yeah.
right? Doing work and doing those things. And I was discussing it with Phoenix, another friend of mine, this past weekend. And I thought it was about being on all the time. Like, you had to be on.
Right.
But when you read the study, it's actually more about, like, paralinguals? Yeah, that's what it is.
Huh?
I didn't make up that word.
Okay.
But it's body language and, like, the unseen things that you can pick up when you're actually talking to someone face to face.
Right.
So it's just kind of mentally exhausting not to have those things.
Yeah,
and I'm probably bastardizing that article
No,
as
I
well.
think I get what you're saying. Like, you're kind of working harder.
Yeah.
You're having to work harder to kind of get, like, vibes, essentially,
exactly
from people.
Yeah, basically. So, like, if I'm talking to you right now, I'm seeing you face to face, I know what you're, like, I if you're checked out, I can tell.
Yes.
Right? But if I'm looking at you, if you're on Zoom, people are always kind of, like, they're either on or they're kind of checked out or looking away or whatever. And
Or they could be looking at something else on their screen
exactly.
and you don't even know.
Looking
You
at
just see their
themselves on
blank
their
face.
screen.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
you're not paying attention. So it's a little bit more exhausting. So
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
as we adjust to these things, and we've kind of gone through waves of this stuff, but this is really cool. This is something that we can kind of hopefully drive some tourism dollars this way, because we have to come up with something.
Yeah.
Because we've kind of put a lot of stake into tourism here in Yellowknife. So, I mean, I think a couple of years ago, like, tourism brought in like $96 million for the year. It's probably more than that now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're going to have to do something about that.
Well, hopefully we don't exhaust Cameron Falls. You can have all these
Cameron
people
Falls
looking,
is
like,
like,
trying to put on
shutting
a
off.
show for everyone.
Shutting off. Done.
Just, oh, man. All these people just staring at me.
Just bleeding me dry. So, I mean, obviously there's been different promotions from NWT Tourism, Haycation, Staycation, all this kind of stuff.
Which has been great.
Which has been awesome.
Yeah,
right?
it's been really cool to see people embracing, the summer of staycations.
The summer of staycation
in the
getting
territory.
out,
Yeah,
like getting to know your backyard a little bit more. I've done a couple things. Obviously, we've done a couple things that we've never done before,
and
Gone to the
probably never
Sawtooth.
would have.
Maybe not
honestly.
have. Yeah. Like, I mean, I wouldn't have thought to go to this up to 10 Stone Mountain Lodge because I've been like, well, that's going to be ridiculously expensive.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to do that. But, like, even going to the Cameron River and floating down that, I'd never done that before.
Yeah.
And it's like, let's go do that. That's super easy.
Yeah.
And jumping into like just past Camp Connections there, like, it's like a couple hours.
Oh, yeah.
Do that in the morning and then still have a whole day.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Whereas usually I just kind of go to sleep after that.
Yeah, that's right.
Do one thing for the day, and that's it. So go check out the story at cabinradio.ca. Check out Raven Tours. They're going to be doing this stuff. I mean, it's not just for Chinese tourists now. You can go and do this tourism stuff yourself if you can't get out of the house, right?
You said like you were giving that as a warning by like a southern, sheriff or something. Not just for Chinese tourists now.
I do that. I get a little.
You can all take virtual tours.
Y'all can take virtual tours.
Y'all come
now.
back now. You hear?
Yeah, well, that's me, fat Southern sheriff. Oh, man. Lord have mercy, it's hot today. Oh, it's hot. I think I'll stay in and do a little staycationing.
Now, don't just check out Cameron Falls now.
Don't just
There's
check
a
out
whole
Cameron Falls.
other territory.
Check out Alexandra Falls. Check out the Aurora. Going to be beautiful.
Plenty of falls to be had.
Yeah. Let that drip off your lip out of the molasses. Terrible. Go check out the story at cabinradio.ca. Emily Blake has that for you.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast was recorded before a sort of live, thankfully not in the studio, audience.
Joined by intern Sarah Sibley. Don't talk yet. We wanted to have you on because, well, this is your last day.
Yeah.
Right? As our intern. And but you may be sticking around. We'll get to that in a little second. Now, Ollie was supposed to join us for what we like to do on the last day of interns, our exit interviews, right? We like to know what you learned from us, what we could learn from you, maybe what we can do better, what you can do better. We critique your performance, and we make it unofficial record for whichever school that the intern is in.
That's right.
So Ollie, I said to Ollie, like, let's do this exit interview. He's like, absolutely, let's do it. And as soon as we had you in the studio, he went off and got a haircut. So
it's not a good sign, Sarah.
Yeah. Now it is up to that's not a good sign. Now it is up to Lekter and I to do this exit interview for this poor girl.
Go easy on me.
No, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. You've been doing a great job on the newscast. I'll say that right off the bat.
Thank you.
I'll say that right off the bat. What school do you go to?
Yeah, so I go to Carleton. So
that's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought. I knew that.
Number of good Carleton grads have come through Yellowknife.
I applied to Carleton back in the
did
day.
you really?
I did.
Wow.
Yeah.
For what?
I can't remember.
Oh.
No, it wasn't Carleton. Never mind. I'm completely wrong. It wasn't Carleton. I was like, Carleton, yeah.
This guy can relate to anything.
No,
Even if it
I
didn't
applied to York. I don't know why I said Carleton. Why did I say Carleton?
That's
Why did I
all
think
the way
it was
in
Carleton?
Toronto.
I know. Carleton's in Ottawa.
Come on.
I don't know what I'm talking about. Anywho, Carleton, great school.
Yeah.
Great school for journalism. Did they have a broadcasting school there as well? Or?
So it's mainly journalism,
Yeah.
but we do get trained in some radio aspects.
Okay, there you go. There you
Okay.
go. So, and I mean, what we talked about, we're bringing the off air onto the on air now, the off mic onto the on mic. We talked about how you, as an intern, have probably done more, just more things in and around the radio station than any of our interns before.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you've had a pretty well-rounded experience, you know.
I would say so, yeah.
Just came here for journalism, and then you were doing some remote journalism,
Yep.
which not a lot have to do, but,
right.
Different times, so you did it.
Yeah.
Completed that self-isolation, came in here, wrote some news, did some really good work for us, did some radio news.
Yep.
You've been leading the lunchtime news,
Yep.
Yes,
which is our noon hour news program, and doing a fantastic job.
Thank
When is
you.
the lunchtime news again?
Noon hour.
Noon hour.
Yes, yeah. Lunchtime.
Very good.
Traditionally.
Very good.
Not 1 p.m.
Yes.
It can be confusing.
Siesta time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been doing the morning newscast this
Yeah.
week on Mornings
Yes.
at the Cabin.
Absolutely.
Bright and early.
Bright and early, yeah.
Right.
You did a little bit of commercial voicing,
Yes.
which was approved right away.
Yay.
Very nice.
Didn't even need any revisions.
No.
Well done.
Beautiful.
Nailed it first take.
I'll have to listen to. I have to listen to that
Yeah.
in order to really do the whole exit interview thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
so
One
that's-
take wonder.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
So that's one of the cool things about radio internships is that there is a lot of times an opportunity to try your hand at a bunch of different things, even if you never did them in school. So let's start with a softball question.
All right.
What
Real
has
tough.
been your favorite part of this internship?
Oh my goodness, that's very difficult. Honestly, I think just the wide variety of stories I've gotten to cover. 2 days ago, I wrote a story about a missing parrot, and I've written about a dog wedding, but I've also written about the budget and high water levels, and I've just written such a variety of things that I honestly never thought that I would write about. And being a journalism student from Ottawa, it's normally centered towards what the government is doing, what policy is happening.
Yeah.
So getting the chance to kind of really branch out
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
for sure.
talk to so many new people, every day, doing tons and tons of interviews with interesting people from Yellowknife, from around the Northwest Territories. It was really awesome.
You probably
cool.
expected the dog wedding story,
That's
but
right.
covering the budget? Wow.
Well, I was going to say
Who
they're,
knew?
they're not as disparate as you would believe. Handling the budget, handling a dog wedding, two stories of a cavalcade of nonsense. I mean, they're closely linked.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so what has been your least favorite thing about this internship?
Don't name anybody in the room.
Ooh. Honestly, everybody keeps telling me it normally doesn't rain this much, but
It doesn't.
Oh,
I've had
yeah.
to wear my rain pants to work a few times.
Rain
and
pants?
I feel I feel like a big dweeb when I walk in with these waterproof pants on, and I have to kind of take them off outside the door and shake them off to make sure I don't track all the water in.
You can't look cool in rain pants.
No, you
There's
can't.
just no way.
Also, it kind of defeats the purpose. I have to take these off and shake them out so I don't get the rain inside.
That's right.
Yeah.
If you just wore regular pants,
No,
they would just kind of soak into your pants. It'd
I
be
wore
fine.
them over my regular pants.
I understand.
It's just
I understand.
I walked to work, and there was one day I was like, "Oh, I can walk in the rain; it'll be fine." And within 3 minutes, my pants were completely soaked. So I turned around and had to completely change.
We
So
had record rainfall for July, so I mean, people were being honest. It doesn't
Yeah.
usually rain this much.
Is it actually a record rainfall?
I think.
Or are you just making that up?
Well, no, I'm pretty sure it was because then halfway through July, there was a story on CBC about how we are on pace for record rainfall in July.
Yeah, but CBC.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Probably one of their interns wrote that, and who knows what their interns are up to.
Now that we've had a couple softball questions, I now have a challenge for you.
No.
all right,
So last year we had an intern named Sarah Wicks,
okay.
who also was she at Carleton as well? No, she was.
I
At,
think she's at Carleton now.
she's at Carleton now.
She was
right?
a master's student.
That's right.
Right.
Right. And so she took it upon herself to teach us old dogs some new tricks about music,
Okay.
about
Life.
pop culture, life. just living life in the moment, right?
Some new slang.
It bangs, it slaps.
Yeah.
So she had a segment on Thursdays where she'd play us some new music,
Okay.
and she would decide whether it was a banger or a snoozer or whatever. It was.
Sleeper.
Sleeper. Thank you. Well, I feel like a sleeper is a good thing.
Sleeps.
Right? It sleeps, okay. But sleeper, an old adage is like it's a sleeper hit. It's like you didn't expect it to be this good.
An
and
unexpected
it was.
hit.
That's right. So sleeper doesn't really work.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she had a weekly segment. We had a little intro for It Bangs, It Slaps. It was great.
Yeah.
And she showed us some new music, and she kind of got us into the youth culture. And I'm aging myself very much right now. Challenge for you.
Okay.
What can you give us? How can you help us connect with the youth a little bit more? Because right now our audience is very early 30s.
Yeah.
Kind of, right? Yeah.
Like elder millennials.
Yeah. Upper middle class people.
Yeah. People who remember a time before the internet.
Yeah, that's right.
Sarah, do you remember a time before the internet?
I do not.
When were you born?
1998.
Oh my God. Jeez.
I graduated in 1999 from high school.
High school? Okay.
From high school.
Oh, man.
All right. So, how can we connect with the youth?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know Emily Blake already has a TikTok running. So
She does.
Yeah,
She does.
definitely.
But she's 30. Like, she almost isn't allowed to use TikTok anymore. Pretty sure. I
mean-
think there's an age limit on TikTok.
I am not aware of an age limit. on TikTok. I mean, everybody should go out and use it. I personally don't have it, so I really
don't
can't
have
say that.
TikTok?
You
I
shouldn't.
don't. My philosophy is because I have a lot of friends that end up wasting a lot of time on it. If
Right.
they're big enough, they make it onto Instagram, and that's where I'll see them. Or people will
I thought
send them
TikTok
to
was
me.
bigger than Instagram.
Okay.
I think it is, but like certain TikTok videos
Yes.
become big, and then they make it on.
I
So
see.
TikTok's like the farm league of Instagram.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's
I
just so
see.
much more.
I
Right?
see.
There's like
Yeah.
it's just like the minor leagues in baseball or hockey. There's
Yeah.
way more minor league teams than there are professional teams.
Yeah.
So Instagram's still the pros.
Or going out to see like
Yeah.
independent music. You're like, no, just tell me when you sign with Warner Music.
Yeah, that's right. Then I'll come see you.
then I'll pay attention.
Yeah.
to you.
Yikes. No, okay. So connecting with youth. I mean, you guys, I think,
This is the dorkiest thing ever.
I mean, I think personally, this is going to sound very biased, but I think you guys do like a really fun show. Even the other day with the accents and everything going on.
This is how we connect with you.
We
Like,
do love our
no,
accents.
I mean, I think you do a really good job at making people laugh, and I think that's something that brings people back. I mean, I've constantly been in stitches for the past 5 minutes, and
Butt kissing knows no age.
no,
I'm just joking.
Sarah
Okay,
Sibley
is there
exposed.
any? Is there any? There's the segment. Sarah Sibley exposed. Is there any slang that we don't use that we should be using?
Ooh, okay. I'm not very hip with the lingo, to be honest.
Yes. Now you've been exposed.
yeah.
You are not hip with the lingo.
Yeah. My go-to word is, if you haven't noticed already, yikes.
Yikes. Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you can use
Yeah.
it really in any context.
You can.
Like, oh my goodness, I got a new job. Yikes! Like, that's so
Yikes.
good.
I don't think that's.
Or-
I've never heard that one before. I'm pregnant. Yikes! What?
Yikes, am I angry?
But I mean, you can also use it like when something like bad happens and someone's like,
I've never heard it when something good happens.
no,
Like,
Oh,
congratulations. Yikes. Yikes. Yo. I've never heard that.
no.
No, that's because
Okay.
we're too old.
That's for too old.
Yeah.
Use
Just
negatives
trying
for
to help
positives.
us out.
I mean,
don't
okay.
question the lingo
No.
of
No,
the
when
young
we were
people.
kids, bad meant good. So
That's
yikes
right.
means
I mean, now that
Congratulations.
you've said yikes so many times, like the viewer count probably skyrocketed.
That's probably right.
All the youth like turned on their signals and they're like, oh, there we go.
Oh,
tapped
look at
into
that!
it,
Look
huh?
at that listenership! Yikes.
wow. Yikes.
Wow.
Now we have to do stuff. All right. Cool. We're connected with the youth a little bit more.
All right.
Got another one more hard question.
One more hard question.
Hard hitter.
Okay, who has been in the news coverage that you've done? I'm just going to put someone on Front Street right now.
Okay.
Who has been the biggest delight to talk to?
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Not a hard question.
Okay.
It's called a bait and switch, Jesse.
Is it a bait?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of hard because I've had the chance to talk to so many different people just about things that they're passionate about.
Yeah.
One of the interviews I really enjoyed doing was actually for the dog wedding, a woman named Jessie Wilson.
Oh.
Yeah, and just hearing about her connection with her
Part-time
pet.
friend of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, just hearing about like the connection she has with her dog, and like why she's hosting the wedding is for like a chance during this pandemic for people to be able to kind of get together and celebrate and like kind of say goodbye to Gabby, which is her dog who has been diagnosed with cancer. So it was a very sad topic, but like it was really nice to talk to her because she's so passionate about like her relationship with her.
Yeah.
But I've just had the chance to talk to so many people who are motivated and moved by things in Yellowknife, things that they do. And it always brings a smile to my face at the end of the interview when you kind of like really get the sense that people are loving what they're doing.
Oh, that's a great answer.
This girl's good.
Wow. A+.
A+.
Well
A+
done.
indeed. And I mean, and what we just found out is that you might be sticking around a little longer.
Yeah, hopefully. I've applied to a few jobs. I only have 2 classes left.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go on an exchange to kind of study some more international law classes, but with the pandemic, that's been canceled. So I only have 2 classes left, and they're all online, so you can do them from anywhere.
There you go.
I'm
Amazing.
thinking, why
Beautiful.
not Yellowknife?
Well, if you, what?
There's a T-shirt. there's a new Cabin
Why
Radio
not
T-shirt. Why not Yellowknife?
Sarah Sibley.
Yeah, exactly. I love it. Very
Well,
nice.
whether you stick around with us or not, or you find a job elsewhere, you are welcome back at the cabin anytime, Sarah.
Thank you.
He doesn't speak for all of us. No, you are. Awesome. Thank you very much for participating in this thing that we just did. But we'll let you go.
Okay.
Thank you. Your exit interview is good. We'll tabulate our scores, and we'll come to a decision.
I'm going to add an extra plus to mine. A++.
A++.
Wow.
Yeah, well
Good
done. Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah. You don't
What's
even
that
need to take the rest of those classes. Just
No.
tell them you're good. Tell them Cabin Radio said you're fine.
Lecter gave me an A++.
That's
What's
right.
that third
That-
plus?
What
That's
is it-
Kahlua.
what does that mean to you?
Basically the top of the dean's list.
Okay. I'm gonna say A+. Room to improve.
Oh,
A few less yikes, and it would be good.
Yeah. I learned something today. I learned that yikes can be used as a positive. That's good. Sarah Sibley, Cabin Radio intern. Last day, but hopefully not the last day in Yellowknife. Hopefully she'll be sticking around a little bit.
because why not
Because
Yellowknife?
why
Why
not
not?
Yellowknife? Sarah Sibley, TM.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast.
Big shout out to Sarah Sibley for coming in and hanging out for a few minutes for her exit interview.
Acing that exit interview.
Well, you and I disagree there. We've tabulated our scores, and I won't say acing. I'll
You
say
gave her an A+.
Well, A+, room to improve. You give her an A++.
All right.
You got to reach out for that extra plus.
Yikes.
No, she did great. She did wonderfully, and you can hear her on the news all throughout the morning. And she'll be hosting the afternoon show on Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's sticking around for a little bit.
Shannon's like, what?
What?
No, Shannon's taking a few days off. She knows. It's
she
fine.
She did know that, right?
Yeah, she did.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
She told us, actually.
You'll find this in the news as well. Cabinradio.ca 2 from Ollie Williams. Walmart stores across Canada, including Yellowknife, well, because we're in Canada, will require customers to wear face masks from Wednesday, August 12th. So starting next week, next Wednesday, all Walmarts across the country will require masks. And I can't wait to see the S storm that pops out of this, especially here in the comment sections or wherever.
So it's come to this.
It's come to this. It's really easy to do.
It is.
Super. If you don't have to wear it everywhere, like we're not doing mandatory masks around the city.
Yeah.
Probably should. But like at Walmart,
No, we shouldn't.
all right. You know what? You and I differ wildly on this.
You're just being careful.
You've got, yeah, that's right. That's right. Sorry, my bad. I've been remiss in my mask wearing. I used to wear it every time I went to the grocery store, and now I've laxed a little bit, which is not great.
You know what? That's
But I
even
mean,
worse.
But is it?
Yeah.
But we've had no
One of
no
those
active
people
cases.
who's
There's a
like-
person wearing a mask across the street right now.
That's why.
Yeah, walking around.
Is there anyone around them?
Well, no, but still.
Well, so.
I think, well, a part of it when we first started doing the mask talk months ago, and people were like, well, how are we supposed to wear these? Or like people are wearing them when they don't need to wear them. I was like, you might as well get used to it because we're going to be having to wear these things. If we get a second wave, which has already kind of started, and we get more cases here, then we will probably have at some point mandatory masks for all indoor spaces in Yellowknife. It's happening in Edmonton. It's happening in Calgary. It's going to be happening in other major cities as well. It'll probably happen here. So Walmart's kind of the first vestige of that, where it's like you got to wear a mask to go into Walmart. Super easy thing to do.
Yep.
You're not spending that much time in Walmart. Some people do, obviously, but even if you're in there for an hour or two, it's pretty easy to wear a mask.
For sure.
But for most of us, we go in there, grab our stuff, and get out.
Yeah.
So you're in there for 20 minutes tops. and you put on a mask. It's not that hard. So there you go. Wednesdays, Walmart masks. That's it.
Do you get the sense that some people might just be going in there now just with their phones out?
Yep.
Just in case.
Just with their phones out.
To see what happens.
Oh, just to see what happens?
See how people are reacting.
I mean, you might as well.
Yeah.
Like every morning, every day, you see another video from somebody freaking out in a Walmart or a Trader Joe's down in the U.S. Just like, infringing on my rights. It's like, it's not infringing on your rights at all. For God's sake, I don't get this argument. I will never understand this argument.
It's not a real argument.
It's not a real argument.
No.
You're infringing on my rights. No, you're not.
Yeah.
And there's all these memes that it's just like, it was like a picture of the one I saw was like a picture of a couple going up to a restaurant door. And like each thing that the restaurants tell you can't do, like no shirts, no shoes, no service, no problem, no smoking, fine, no this, no that, no that. There was like 10 different examples where it's like we're putting rules on you in order to make it safe to go into the restaurant.
Remember the days when you could go in there with no shirt and no shoes?
No shirt, no shoes, smoking a cigar, and just not washing your hands. Oh, what a great time to be alive when smallpox could be, just given to you at a restaurant.
And people were still pushing the limits, trying to walk in without pants.
Well, and have you seen the video from like CTV News from like 30 years ago when
people walked in without pants?
They walked in without pants. It was Alberta. No, it was when the seatbelt bylaw finally came into effect.
Oh.
You had to wear your seatbelt. It was like 1986 or 87.
Yeah.
And there's all these interviews with people who are like, I think it's a stupid law. I think it infringes on my rights, and I should be able to drive my vehicle, blah, 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 blah. And it's so stupid.
Oh,
like
my
you
God.
see this thing, this progression of these things through time, right, where like you're not giving up your freedoms.
Right.
Remember that you have these rights. It's not free, right? If we have learned anything from Team America World Police, is that freedom isn't free. It cost a hefty effing fee.
My grandpa, rest in peace, never bought into the seatbelt.
I've never seen you kiss your hand and pound your chest and point to the sky before. That was weird.
Never? I do it all the time.
All the time?
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
He never bought into the seatbelt thing.
Seatbelt thing. I'm not going to let these communists tell me what to do.
He was my only inkling that there was ever a time before seatbelts.
Yeah.
Like there was ever a time before people got into a vehicle and just first thing, without even thinking about it, you put on your seatbelt.
Absolutely. I feel weird not doing it.
And I remember I would be like in the truck with him, and he would just be not even give it a second thought. Not even just start driving without the seatbelt.
He'd look at you, grandson. Every time you put on your seatbelt, Hitler wins. That's like, oh, jeez, Grandpa. Good Lord. But
Grandpa, take it easy.
We saw the same thing with smoking, right? We've known smoking's been causing lung cancer since the 50s.
Yes.
Right? So in the 50s, you had commercials where, like, an ad where a doctor would be like, I'm a doctor, and smoking really helps you out.
Right.
And, like, they made that illegal. And, like, so people have been talking about, like, how weak and how whiny, like, generations become. Each generation is tougher than the next, whatever. Mm-hmm. But, like, then you had smoking, and then you couldn't smoke indoors. People whined about that, and then you couldn't smoke within 3 meters of a door. People whined about that. It's like, and it's like they're taking away our rights to smoke. It's like, no, you have every right to smoke. You just don't have the right to hurt somebody else with it.
To be fair to the tobacco companies,
yeah, and we should be,
we should be all
those mom and pop operations.
I don't think they ever said it was a doctor. I think they said it was a scientician.
Yeah. Just ask the scientician. He'll tell you. So like we see the progression of these rules, and some people consider it. Some people who were alive when like anti-communist propaganda was super, super hard, like ingrained into you in school, right? And all of these things were like threats of like socialism or communism or infringing on your rights,
right?
Because we've slowly, progressively learned that our rights are not just based on the individual. Like our rights have something to do with the community at large, and we have to do in order to have our rights and to retain them. We have to take care of not only ourselves, but the people around us.
Right.
And that's what the whole anti-mask thing just completely misses. It's like, you're infringing on my rights. It's like, you know what? It's not even about you, man. It's about the people around you.
Mm-hmm.
So, so that's what I'm waiting to see on this Walmart story is a lot of people missing the point.
And it's also a moot point because if you don't like it, you don't have to shop at Walmart.
You don't have to shop at Walmart. What do you know? Oh, my God. There you go. Yeah. It's just like the shoes on the other foot kind of thing. Right?
But I guess if they all the stores make masks mandatory, well, then you kind of
gotta have to do it.
That's what you gotta do.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Oh well. Would you rather
shop
that?
faster?
Yeah, exactly. Shop faster. Get in, get out without COVID. There you go. So find that story on cabinradio.ca. Ollie Williams has that for you. You can find it on our Facebook page as well. It's also in the news with Sarah Sibley. And there it is. Grab a mask. There's plenty of people making them. If you don't have them yet, I still got a few of mine. So
Plenty of fresh ones because we haven't been wearing them.
That's right. So we're going to have to start wearing them. That's all. That's it. Remember, your rights are included with everybody else's. So it's not your right to put anybody in harm's way. Oh, good stuff. That's going to do it for Mornings at the Cabin for this Friday. You guys have yourself a wonderful weekend. Be healthy and stay well and all that good stuff. Talk to you on Monday. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening. Check out more from the show at cabinradio.ca and by following the Mornings at the Cabin Facebook page.